Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Big CJ, and welcome. This is a brand new video idea that I came up with. I've never done anything like this before. I'm in a park currently. I was gonna do this outside, but the reason why I'm not is because it is really windy outside. So we're gonna be doing this video in my car. So I apologize for that. But I'm getting off topic. We're gonna be talking about being a WWE fan in 2025 and what my thing about being a WWE fan, the problems I have with it, right? So, of course, now if you're watching this video around this time, or I don't know when you're gonna see this exactly, this is the Friday after Elimination Chamber. So basically, most people know this, but really WWE fans really understand. And I'm indifferent because I'm not gonna act like he didn't make some weird decisions before, but there's been some good decisions recently. But what I've learned from all this, honestly, I've seen it a few times over the past year and a half, which is talking to people about WWE. And that's what I really want to talk about today, is talking to people about WWE. Now, if you watch something like, let's just say, the NFL, football. Now, my family, big football fans. All right, I'm in once again, I'm in the Philly area, so I'm an Eagles fan. I mean, we just won the Super Bowl. It was really nice to have. But a big thing is every week a game would happen, and I get to talk about it with anyone. I could talk about it with friends. They would easily get into it, whether they were Eagles fans or not. It was easy to talk about football with them because everybody understood. There's even other sports where aren't watched as much as football in here, at least around this area, but are still acknowledged. I mean, basketball, I'm not a huge basketball guy, but I can understand basketball. I can understand when Luka Doncic is getting traded to the Lakers, how big of a deal that is. And then I can say the same thing with certain friends with baseball. I love baseball personally. It's one of my favorite sports. Might be my favorite sport. I don't know to watch, but definitely to play. I love baseball since a kid. But less people to talk about. But nonetheless, there is people to still talk about with it. Getting back to WWE, a big thing about WWE that I've always felt weird about was being a WWE fan and talking about it with people. Watching WWE. Now, I don't watch the weekly shows, right? I don't watch Raw, I don't watch SmackDown Live. I'll sometimes watch Raw Live because it's on Netflix and I can just get it on my computer. But normally I'll watch on YouTube the highlights. I have everything collected, though. I have all that collected. Pay-per-views, I almost always watch. Unless if I'm busy doing something, I always watch. Because I love watching the pay-per-views. So I watch that Elimination Chamber live. I watch Royal Rumble live. I watch all this stuff. But a big thing I realized after watching these things, nobody around me cares. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about why I feel like WWE isn't shown in the same spotlight as other sports. All right. So we currently moved locations. If you're wondering, I don't think a lot of people realize this, but my audio, I just recorded me talking about it for 10 minutes, and none of it got caught on audio. Now, a big thing is, of course, I want to go over this because this is something that's always going to be talked about, whether it's liked or not, which is the WWE being fake, right? Now, let me get this straight, all right? am not mad at anyone that sees it as fake. All right, it's all what it is, correct? But I think people are not realizing that it isn't entirely fake. Now, is it in some ways? Yes, right? We got the punching and kicking, right? It's not real, right? And people always talk about that, how the punching and kicking is not real. Yet I don't get that because what you want them to punch and kick each other, like for real? Because that means a match wouldn't go out well. Wrestling would not look good if it was real. You also got that the times they're on the microphone, it's scripted most of the time. Sometimes they just go off whatever they say, but it's a certain direction they have to go, right? And then you of course have certain things with the match. Like it's basically there is a winner no matter what. For example, John Cena, they planned this out. Let's make him a bad guy, and that was planned out, right? But I think people are really missing the fact that it is a very athletic sport, whether you like to admit it or not. I mean, there is multiple pay-per-views where they do the most insane stuff ever, whether that is Elimination Chamber that just happened, Hell in a Cell, Steel Cage match, ladder match, chair match, tables, ladders, and chairs. Sorry, tables, ladders, and chairs. All these types of matches, right? Even in the normal squared circle, right? You could call it fake. Jumping on it. Oh, it's a mattress, right? Now, yes, do they have something matted? Yeah, but it's not really saying much when underneath it is basically wood planks. Wrestling isn't comfortable. The ropes aren't comfortable. I've never heard anyone talk positively about how the ropes are comfortable. And I think that's what some people don't realize is that, first of all, it is real in some sense. It's just that it's kind of the same way as a theater. And this is what I want to get on, right? WWE is a theater. And I think people don't really like to recognize that because maybe some people don't like theater. Okay, but you like movies, right? Do you like movies, yes or no? Let's be honest. Most of you would probably say yes. Maybe some of you would say no. And all right, that's fine. But what is the whole point of a movie, right? A whole point of a movie is a story, and it basically ends in some sort of gain of victory, or maybe in rare occasions like Infinity War, like Avengers Infinity War, where there's a loser. Maybe sometimes the other way around. You never know. But most of the time, there's a story. Every time there is always a scripted story of people acting, and sometimes they might have an action scene. That is the WWE. The difference is WWE doesn't have multiple takes. They only have one take to do it. So if they screw up, they got to figure out a way to fix it. It's the same exact way as theater. And I'm not a theater person myself personally, but I don't get on anyone for loving theater because I actually understand it. Because WWE is a theater. And I think some people don't really realize that they call it fake and don't even realize that it is real. It's just certain parts of it aren't real. And I know that doesn't make it as real as, like, let's say, a predicament like baseball, football. And I get that, but I think people miss the story part of WWE and what makes it so fascinating. Being a WWE fan is really hard because a lot of people are WWE fans, if they were from the Attitude Era, where everything was cool, sick, badass. Maybe some from the Ruthless Aggression era. Sorry, Ruthless Aggression era. There's people there. But I think a big thing was that since WWE turned into the PG era, which was 2008, all the way to, I mean, you could say now, but I'm going to say till 2022 when Vince McMahon was basically not full on in charge. And, I get it because there wasn't a whole lot that was special about those years in the WWE. It kind of sucked. There was a lot of moments that sucked. And I agree. But I think people are missing out what has been happening the past years ever since Triple H took over creative. I'm going to tell you a story real quick. So last Sunday was Elimination Chamber, right? I watched it live. I watched John Cena turn heel. It was the most insane thing one of the most insane things I've ever seen. I go into a call, right, talking about it. None of my friends care. Some of them were like, "Oh, I saw it," because there's rare moments where you get like something so impactful that everybody has to see it. It's John Cena, so people are going to see it, right? John Cena and The Rock. Wow, two big actors. John Cena, the man that's been a babyface, which is a good guy, for 22 years. This is the first time he's turned heel since 2003. You want to know what year 2003 was? I wasn't born in 2003. That's how long ago John Cena turning heel was. And it's insane to me that a lot of people really have missed out on this. And listen, man, I get people, and of course, there's people that would never like wrestling or theater or stuff like that. And you know what? Absolutely, I understand it, correct? I am more talking about, as a WWE fan, my issue with people that get into other sports that can't get into this. Listen, I have friends that don't watch football, right? But got into football because other people will talk about it. There's so many people that talk about football. It's kind of hard to not talk about football and understand it and enjoy it. And I'm not saying everybody needs to watch like WWE every week, like maybe I would or something like that. But I would say, like, just like the same way I keep up with, let's say, basketball. I don't watch basketball. I don't fully like have a full on track, but when you kind of watch it a little bit, every time there's something big that's happening, you kind of understand it. Luka Doncic's going to the Lakers. I understand that, like how big of a deal that is, and I don't really watch the NBA like that, but I understand it, and I feel like a lot of people should. I feel like a lot more people should understand it than they actually do. That's what my main point is of this video today. Is I think some people should get more into something like the WWE than they have. And I say this because people are really missing out on insanely good storytelling. Amazing storytelling. And not just that, you get like them doing crazy shit. Like how many times do you see people go through a freaking table for your entertainment? Get hit with a kendo stick. Not many. And some people like that stuff. But don't because they think it's fake. And honestly, it's not. Some of the stuff is really not fake in the WWE. And I think celebrities are starting to understand it too. I mean, we've seen a lot of celebrities recently. Travis Scott was literally an elimination chamber. Bad Bunny was wrestling at some point. Logan Paul. I hate Logan Paul, but Logan Paul has been wrestling. As much as I like that, I hate to admit that. Why being a WWE fan is hard in 2025 is because people don't want to watch it. They're embarrassed to watch it. And maybe some people just don't want to watch it, like I said. And maybe it's not embarrassment. Maybe they just think it's weird or stupid. But I think that the main thing that I've learned over being a WWE fan is people won't give consideration into WWE like they would in other sports. And that's my conclusion. If you're watching this and you have a lot of friends that don't watch it and you're maybe by yourself, I want you to comment down below. Please, I want you guys to tell me what your perspective of being a WWE fan is. Because I'm not the only one in the world, right? There's definitely other people. And I want that to be shared. I want to learn about it. I want to understand more people's perspective. Maybe some people have a lot of WWE fans that they know. Whatever it is, please let me know down below. Let me know what you have in your life. Let me know how it is hard to get people into WWE. Tell me what it is. I would love to hear about it. So if you don't watch WWE, give your friend a chance. Give him a chance to teach you. Try to understand it and see if you really like it or not. And that's where I want to end it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day and goodbye.